What's going on, my friends? Millian here with you, Millian, and this is Millian Unmuted. Yes. I guess this is going to count as the first real episode of my podcast because I did the trailer the other day, and I don't know if they count that as first or whatever, but we're getting into it today. The theme I'm noticing in life around the world and in everything is the concept of being fed up. Now, I've posted this on somewhere on social media. I posted this on my Telegram asking everybody if you are fed up. And I'm noticing that it's really starting to come to the surface now. I really feel that it's starting to make the rounds that everybody is really sick of how everything has been for the longest time, despite the thing going on for the longest time not fully working anymore. This morning I'm sitting having coffee and I'm on X. So follow me on X, by the way, at Millian Unmuted, Millian. And I was watching all the videos from Venezuela. And I'm noticing a trend here. We're starting to see in different parts of the world. I saw it was a couple weeks back in mid-December. It was Nigeria. A bunch of the Christians there were getting slaughtered by Muslims. The U.S. military came along, bombed the crap out of them. And then I see video of Christians dancing in the street because, someone's not trying to kill them anymore. Saw that. I've been watching videos from the nation of Iran in the Middle East where the women are pulling off their burqas and hijabs, whatever those things are called, and dancing in the street, which apparently is illegal for a woman to do, which is ridiculous, but okay, whatever. And there's a rebellion and an uprising in that nation, and it's still ongoing. We haven't quite seen where that is going just yet. But I have a sense that that nation is about to fall, and they've been probably fed up of all kind of crap for 40, 50 years now? I remember as a kid that being an issue, and I'm almost 50, guys. I remember as a kid that being an issue from late 1970s when they had that revolution and the religious leaders took over, and it's been a whole big friggin' mess ever since. Well, that's the pinnacle of being fed up, right? Now, we watch over this last couple days where the U.S. military went into Venezuela in the middle of the night, fired off a couple of missiles to knock out power grids and ports and airports and things like that, went in, grabbed the president, arrested him, and left in 2 hours. I'm like, okay, that was kind of interesting. So what you're saying is we don't have to put thousands of people on the ground and spend decades in a country doing stuff. Gee, there's quite a concept, right? And I'm watching this morning as Venezuelans all over the world are dancing, they're crying, they're waking each other up in the middle of the night, sharing the news, and people are waking up crying, and fireworks are going off, and in all these different countries all through Latin America. And I saw was it Argentina, they were dancing in the streets they apparently have a large Venezuelan population. My dad's from Argentina, by the way, so when I say I'm South American descent, see, I'm sort of in the mix here. But then the nation of Chile is going off, and then Miami and Florida, and then New York, where there's large Venezuelan populations. People are going crazy. They're thanking God, and they're thanking Trump, and thanking the United States, and thanking Americans, and just legit happiness. Now, here's the thing. I've known about the Venezuela thing for, years now. In passing, I'm clearly not an expert on the subject or what's going on there. I guess I never realized quite how much these people hated their situation. And now that they've been, set free of it and it's no longer an issue, everybody's happy, ready to move on to new things. And I saw this interview with a guy who said, we have no idea where this is going to go. Just have faith that it's going to work out. And this is the pinnacle of being fed up with things. Here in our country, in the United States, I'm based in Las Vegas, in case you were wondering. I'm out in Nevada, beautiful state of Nevada. And the fact of the matter is that here in our country, we're dealing with this too. Everyone I know is fed up with this whole system, myself included. Do you like the concept of having to get your ass up out of bed, 5, 6 in the morning, to go to a job you most likely don't feel like being at, where you'd rather be, home with your family and doing things that you enjoy doing, to every couple weeks to have hundreds of dollars taken out of your paycheck, maybe up to 40% in some cases, that goes to a government that we don't even know where the money is going. Am I the only one that has an issue with that? almost half of what you're working your ass off to make is not even yours. Okay, there's a problem there. I'm fed up with that. I'm sort of looking around at this whole situation that we're in, and I'm just tired of it all. I don't like the way this thing is going. So I've been on the tax thing lately because I have a property tax bill due, and you know how that whole thing is. So let me get this straight. I own this house, but if I don't pay your tax, you're going to come take it. So it's not really mine is what you're saying. See, that bothers me. Or let me get this straight. You're going to take what, 15, 20, up to 40% of my paycheck. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a business owner. I always have been. I don't work for someone. I don't mean this disrespectful to anybody. I work probably 10 times as much as somebody that holds a standard job because I have to handle everything myself, from running a corporation to all the way actually doing the work that I do, which is vocal coaching. So if you have any voice problems and you're a speaker or something like that, come hit me up. I'll get you right as rain in no time. But the fact of the matter is that all the fees and the taxes and all the crap that we have to pay for this, while at the same time, everything in the world has tripled in price over the last couple years. I think this is where the breaking point's going to become. I also, while I'm at it, if you recall, and let me back up even further. I would probably tell you that I've been fed up, like officially fed up, since about maybe 2021. I think that was when it really hit me. You remember that really long 6-year flu season that we had? You guys remember that? Yeah, that was fun. I think it was 2021 where I officially hit my limit. And what gets me about that is when I saw what happened during that period, when I saw people being locked in their houses and being forced to strap diapers to their faces and getting ostracized by friends and family if you didn't. Seriously, I can't believe we did that. Looking back on that period, to me, it feels like a lifetime ago, number one. How was it 6 years ago that we went through this? And more specifically, how is it that we actually allowed ourselves to go through that? I was almost 100% certain that when that whole mandate thing came down, people would tolerate it for a while, and then there'd be riots in the streets. Like, I don't mean the little protests they did. I mean, I thought people would be fighting in the streets. I know, because I was ready to go. And never came. The uprising never happened. And I'm like, well, what just happened here? You guys are putting up with this? You guys are agreeing to this? No, I'm sorry, this ain't working. Then we see all kind of crazy stuff. We've seen attempted assassinations of leaders. We've seen actual assassinations of social media and political influencers. I was almost 100% certain that that would be it, that would push people over the limit. And it didn't. Holy crap, what am I seeing here? Now it finally comes out that all that money that you've been paying, your taxes, your 40% of everything that you're working on, has been going to daycares in Minnesota that actually aren't daycares and are just funneling money to some government organization. We don't even know where it's going. The fact that people realize they're paying upwards of $15,000, $20,000 a year for daycare out of their pocket because there's no other options, but other people are just getting money for daycares and just not actually running a daycare service. Yeah, that seems to be what set people off. We've seen literal imprisonment in our own houses. We've seen robbery in the form of taxation. We've seen assassinations, attempted assassinations. We've seen all this stuff, but your daycare is what set you off. That's when you're ready to fight. Holy crap, what am I seeing here? I cannot believe that this is where we are. And I think it's another reason that I'm fed up of everything, because at the end of the day, is this really where your heart is? I can't afford my daycare and tax money's going to fake daycare. So now we're ready to talk about tax revolts and all that stuff. They should have been tax revolting since 1913. Okay, this should never have been a thing. The entire revolution in our founders back in the day was over a 2% tax? I mean, think about that for a second. But no, I can't afford my daycare, so now I'm ready to fight. There is really an element of our priorities may be a little off. And listen, I'm not saying I know everything, I have all the answers, but out of everything I've witnessed over, let's just say this last 10-year period, I can't believe that this is where we are. But here we are, and this is it. So I just want to share with you that I'm watching what's going on in Venezuela, and I'm very, I guess I'm excited. I'm seeing people that have been under the thumb of somebody for so long get a little taste of freedom, and it's just the pure joy that's coming out of them. Now, listen, I don't know their politics, and I don't know the whole full story of what's going on. I'm sure there's way more to it than we will ever know, so I'm not really getting into that part of it. But when you watch the videos, you can see that there's pure joy in people who are being set free. There's pure joy in people who are being set free. And there's an element to that I wish, I guess I could almost feel, because I don't. And it's been so long that I've been in this fed up state. It's been at least a 6 to 10 year period that you're looking for things to help you feel alive again. And just watching these videos of people crying and celebrating and dancing and setting off fireworks and just praising everything, it's I don't want to say I'm jealous. It's more like an envy kind of thing. There's a difference between the two. And I would love to feel that level of being alive again. And I haven't for a while. And I'm not giving up. I'm trying. I'm looking for stuff. And so I hope that you feel that same way too. Because unless we all get together and feel this measure of fed up that we're all feeling, unless we organize it and get it together, we're going to stay in this state for God knows how long. I look at stuff like going to work at a job, okay? You, again, like I said earlier, you get your ass up at like the crack of dawn. You drive through traffic, which there's so many cars on the street, and I don't know where they all came from. There's people everywhere. I don't like crowds that much. Especially in cars. I don't like traffic crowds. I don't like that. I don't like people crowds. I don't like going out. Not my thing, right? And you haul yourself off to sit at a desk or whatever it is you do for hours at a time. I mean, hours at a time. Oh, you get a 15-minute break. Hey, thanks. To get half your money taken, to be told what to do, to be dead on the inside. And then we think about this as, wouldn't it be nice if we just had freedom to do stuff where we didn't have to work twice as much, put in overtime to just barely pay the bills? That's got to piss people off. I know it does for me. Especially, again, as a business owner, I got to work twice as hard as most people to even try to keep up, which I'm not doing right now. And so something here has to change. Something in all this is just wrong. And I've been saying this for a while, that something is off here. I say it to everybody and everybody just looks at me like I'm nuts. But in this whole entire thing, there is something wrong. There is something just not stirring my Kool-Aid. And I don't know what it is, but I get the sense we're starting to see what it is. As I've gotten older, I value freedom. I don't care so much about, I don't need to be multi-billionaire and have like a yacht, a yatchet. I don't need one of those. I don't need a private plane flying to different, I don't need all that. I don't know about you guys. I value freedom. I just want the freedom to do the things that I want to do and enjoy myself without all these, I don't know, these things that just block everything up from us. So I would just encourage you, take stock of what's going on in your life, kind of think it over. And I really want you to maybe determine what's your level of happiness, because mine's pretty low. And if you're feeling the same way that I am, well, make sure you subscribe to this podcast and tell others, because you know how misery loves company. That's what we're going to do here. But just kind of consider that, because I am always on this quest to find out, okay, what is happiness? And I'll give you a quick instance and I'll probably get out of here. Now, I love my morning coffee. I love putting Splenda in my coffee. And I hear everybody, oh, that's chemicals. Those are not good for you. This whole life is not good for you. You know what I mean? I enjoy the flavor. I enjoy putting a whole lot in there. I use the powdered milk, not even the real stuff. Millian, that's chemicals. What are you doing putting that in your body? All right, look. My coffee in the morning with my chemicals in it makes me very happy. So you know what? If the trade-off is, oh, my body, my gut flora is not going to be what it should be, whatever the hell that means. Well, you know, Millian, you're affecting your metabolism. This entire life affects your metabolism. Getting up early for work and not sleeping well, that affects your metabolism. Giving half your money to jerk-offs that don't deserve it, that That kills everything, including your metabolism. I mean, seriously. So you know what? That makes me happy. I will continue to do it. Just little things like that. I'm not even talking about big things or huge undertakings. I'm talking about just simple pleasures of life. That's it for me. I love my Coke Zero. I love my coffee with my chemicals. I love the French fries at McDonald's. Just how it is. Here in Vegas, when our Golden Knight hockey team, when they score a goal in a particular game, everybody gets free French fries using the McDonald's app. You bet your ass. I am at that drive-thru giving them my 4-digit code. Yes, I am. We got to find happiness in little things and just simple things like that. And I don't really know what else to tell you beyond that. I could tell you that if you're feeling fed up, you're not alone. If you're feeling unhappy and miserable, you're not alone. If you don't like how this whole thing is going, you're not alone. And so I just encourage you, try to find, until something breaks, until we see what's going on, just do your best to find those little things that keep you happy, keep you sane and all that stuff, and really reconsider what we're doing here. Because if this is not working, it's sort of like the Band-Aid. Let's just pull it off, figure it out. And like the Venezuelan dude said, just have faith that it's going to work out. I don't know what else to tell you, but as far as I'm concerned, this whole thing is not working. Follow me on social media at Millian Unmuted, Millian. I like to use X. I like to use, I think I have an Instagram. I'm pretty sure I'm on Facebook somewhere. I don't know. Social media is another thing I'm sick of, which we can get into in another episode. So whether you follow me or not, I don't care. Telegram is one of my favorites. I really do like Telegram because it's a great communication app, messenger kind of thing. So if you use Telegram, hit me up at Millian Unmuted. You can find me there and just talk to me. Let's have a conversation. Let's commiserate together. And misery indeed loves company. All right, I'm going to wrap up. Are you fed up yet? Because I know I am. All right, we'll talk more about other stuff that gets on my nerves in the next episode. Thank you guys for listening. Millian out. See you soon.